Hi, I'm Kate Hemmings and I'm pleased to introduce you to the September issue of Crafts Beautiful magazine. I'm joined by Corinne Bradd, who's going to be doing a really exciting demonstration for us today. She's going to show us how to make some lovely little Fimo charms. So Corinne, how do you do it? I do.
Kate, I must admit, I really enjoyed making these, and thank you to you for suggesting the idea. First of all, I'm going to show you how to make cupcakes like these ones here.
They're gorgeous.
That go onto little charm bracelets. They look really complicated, and I've seen some beautiful lamp glass charms like this, but this is a really easy way to do it. First of all, it's a great idea to work on a white tile.
Okay.
You've found before with Fimo that
yeah,
you're always picking up bits
of
dust and whatever. If you've got a clean white household tile, it's a great surface to work on. So first of all, if you roll out a sausage of clay, these are going to be chocolate cupcakes.
Lovely, my favourite.
That's about, what, 4 or 5 millimetres in diameter? And cut yourself a slice with either a tissue blade or these are the snap-off blades that you get from DIY shops. Okay, that's your cupcake base.
So you're just moulding it into shape there?
Just mould it into shape a bit more. Tamp it down on the edges. Okay, and get it between your thumb and forefinger. And then just very carefully, look, I've got fluff on that already. Very carefully make ridges in it with a scalpel to make the indentations that you'd normally get on a cupcake case. Try saying cupcake case quickly.
I'd prefer not to.
Okay, it doesn't matter as you're rolling it that your fingers are pressing it down slightly. Okay, and then just stick it onto white tile. You'll bake on a white tile. It gives a much smoother surface. It doesn't buckle in the cooker.
Okay.
To make the donut, cut yourself another...
Are we having a chocolate donut
We're having a chocolate donut. Cut yourself another slice of chocolate. Roll it into a ball. Push it onto a tile. And take a useful pointy stick tool to make your circle.
So it doesn't matter if they're not perfect?
No.
They just...
Well, no, because I mean cakes aren't perfect.
No.
That's the great thing. What you need to do with the donut is before you bake this donut, you need to put the wire in it to make the attachment.
Okay, how do you do that? Because I'd imagine that's quite fiddly.
If you get yourself a 2 to 3 inch length of wire, this is about 0.4 mil silver plated wire, so it won't tarnish. Get a pair of round nose pliers and just bend it into a hook at the end, like that. And then push it, I don't know if you can see this, if you push it up through the back of the hole, so it comes out the side of the cake, yeah?
Yeah.
Try not to get too much of a bend in your wire. And then what will happen is that hook will just hook in to the inside of the donut.
So we bake it like that?
And you'll bake it like that.
Right,
and then it can't pull out.
Okay.
So once you've baked your cases, you will end up with these.
Here's some you made earlier.
So this is true Blue Peter.
It really is.
Now to make the toppings of... I'll show you the toppings of the donuts first because they're quicker.
Okay.
You'll have a rounded side and you'll have a flat side where it was baked on the tile. So work on the flat side because donuts are normally puffy, aren't they? Get yourself a piece of clay. If you're going to use white clay, make sure you've washed your hands after using the brown.
So you don't get any...
Yeah, I mean, white is terrible. I mean,
it's so easy to get the contamination of another colour, isn't it? It's so
to be honest, I've
frustrating.
found if you keep some waste white clay and if you just roll it round and round and round and round your hand, and then that gets all the dirt out, and then you can start... It's a bit of a waste of clay, but it's one of the best things for doing it. Right, to cover your donut, just press flat a piece of coloured clay and lay it over the top of the... These have been baked. Don't bake these for the full sort of 30, 40 minutes. Bake these for about 20 minutes.
Just to harden them up?
Just to harden them enough that they won't distort while you're pushing these extra bits on. And then, because the extra bits that you're adding are so small, you can get away with just baking it for another 20 minutes.
Okay.
To be honest, unless you're using translucent clay, it won't burn as long as you don't exceed the temperature. That's put the icing on the top.
So you've just
and then just,
again,
pierce it and flatten it. Okay. For the cupcakes, if you take another sort of 3-inch piece of wire, bend it into a loop, okay, and this time put that perpendicular. Yeah, so you've got like a little golf club shape, yeah. Take your base. Again, when you're baking these, you've got one shiny side where it's been sat on the tile and one side with your finger marks in it. Cupcakes, when you take them out of the oven, the bases are always dead flat, aren't they? So if you use that as your base... And then just to put the topping on, take another ball of clay. Oh.
They're so fiddly, aren't they?
Wire's alive. Push your wire up through the middle of the clay
Okay, so you pierce it before you actually...
pierce it, yeah, and then that will sit on the bottom. You can just press that flat, and then you just pop it on the top of your cake case.
Like so.
Okay. If you flatten it down with the back of your thumbnail or something like that so you don't get any ridges in it. Yeah, and then just go around the outside. So you've got like the icing coming over the top of the cake case. If you want to add a cherry to the top, you just need a very small piece of red.
It's the little details of these that really make them so nice and unusual. I love all the little cherries and the little sprinkles on top as well.
I'll show you. The sprinkles are so easy.
Really?
Yeah. So there's your one with the cherry on the top. Oh. Now, you can either make your sprinkles with more Fimo. It's really, really fiddly. So I suggest that when you've covered all your cakes and donuts, and they come out the oven looking like this, that you get your favourite and mine, some Sakura gel pens. Okay, these are great. Now I've got here, these are Moonlight pens, which will work on a dark colour. Souffle pens that go on clear but they dry opaque.
Okay.
And ordinary jelly glaze pens. Okay.
You should get loyalty points for the Sakura pens. You're always using them.
If you normally I'd do this flat actually. I don't know if you can. If you just get your pen, yeah, that's working, and then you can just put your sprinkles on with little dots.
Do you have to leave them to dry?
Yes, leave them to dry.
How long for?
Normally they dry within about a minute or so.
Oh, okay, so not too long.
I mean, you can tell with the souffle ones when they're dry, because as you can see, that's going on, that's not even going on at all, actually. Yeah, that's going on clear.
Mm-hmm, and the colour will...
And then it will come out like an opaque finish.
Okay.
So when you decorate them, you'll have them like this. There's another one here. And then here's the really clever bit. Just move everything over to the side again. Get a pot of varnish.
Yep.
Gloss varnish is what you want. Get a pad of paper. Grab your decorated cupcake and just dip it in the varnish. Tap off the excess.
So you get a really nice smooth finish
blot
that
it
way.
on there. Yeah, you don't have to worry about washing.
Will it not stick to the tissue, or do
it
you?
will. If you take it off before it's completely dry, though, you just need to let it blot. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then if you take it off, and then you can just leave them to dry on the tile, when you've got the finished ones, you can then just quickly bend the wire into a loop at the top, bend it around to make your heading, and then you clip it off, and you've got these.
So you can attach it easily to your chain bracelet as you would a normal bead. I
was also going to really, really quickly show you how to make this.
Oh.
It's going to have to be really quick.
That's okay.
Roll of translucent orange, sheet of white. Put your roll of there on there.
Slice it.
Slice it. Oh, roll it up like a sausage roll.
It's like baking, isn't it? It's actually
like baking. It is like baking, yeah. Roll it up like a sausage roll. Trim the end. This is going to have to be really quick, so forgive me, okay?
We always do, Corinne, because you make it look so easy. We only get annoyed with you later when we can't do it ourselves.
Right, cut it into 8 pieces. Yeah. Pinch each bit into pinch some bits.
Pinch some bits, okay.
Into like a triangle, so that we can make segments of the orange. Yeah, stack the segments together.
It's a bit of a wonky segment, but
that's all right. It's going to be
I've never seen a perfect orange.
It's going to be a very wonky orange. Now this is the same technique that you'd use for flowers as well.
Oh, okay.
So you've got
we've got two techniques in one here.
Give it a good press down so they don't come apart.
Oh, I can see it coming together already.
Okay.
Squish it.
Now the ends are now going to look really, really odd, but hopefully the middle, once we've wrapped it, oh, look at this. Have you ever seen me work this fast?
No, I'm very impressed.
My boss has ever seen me work this fast. Of course, there is a moment of truth in a minute, Kate.
Okay, well, let's hope it all works out.
Keep your fingers crossed. Roll it down to about the circumference of your orange slice. Yeah, it's called reducing the cane. And then hopefully,
ta-da!
Let's cut it in the middle, shall we? We've got your orange slice.
Look at that, that's perfect. Well, thank you so much, Corinne. That was a brilliant demonstration. Really enjoyed that. Don't forget, you've got your 4 free backing papers in this issue of Crafts Beautiful. And if you want the instructions for any of these lovely projects out on the table, check out the September issue. That's what we've got time for now, so happy crafting.